Greetings, Internet, and welcome to Aaron Plays. And this will be episode 19 of my playthrough of Into the Woods by GMT Games. And we are partway through Hindman's activation. I'll bring up the kepi pot, whichever way you want to look at it. We last turn we did Clark's division of Polk's first corps, and now we're doing Hindman's division of Hardy's corps, third corps, although I think he only actually has one division. I'm not sure actually. Hold on, let me just bring that up. Yeah, he only has Hardy only. There he goes. Only has one division. So last turn we did this brigade. This is Schaefer, and now we're going to do Woods. Remember, we're under advance orders, so we can't move adjacent to enemy, and we can't move and fire. But we can, so we can't move and fire, but we can fire or move. And I think we're going to see some shooting from this unit onto this at the start. And that's what we'll start with. The actual shot from the upside down 27 Tennessee will fire at Peabody's detachment there. Now, maximum of 7 SPs can fire out of a hex. So there's 7 stacking points in that unit, so it's going to be firing all of them. He's armed with a rifle musket, and he's at 2 hex range. So rifle musket at 2 hex range gives them a +1 modifier to the shot. Okay, there is one bit of terrain in the way of this wooded boundary, which gives a -1 modifier. So that's a net straight. However, he's firing on a small target. Fire at detachments is another -1. So it's a net -1. And then just roll the dice. And we roll a 7. The net -1 becomes a 6. And there are 6 steps firing. That's a D +2. And that's a little d. That means that these guys have got to take a morale check at +2. But we know it's the Union first 2 turns, +3. And we've rolled a 9, and 11, 12, they fail. Now they're already disordered, so that means for the first time we're checking what's called the second disorder table. And okay, I think there might be something separate for detachments if they fail, because they're quite small. When firing, when target, they may not voluntarily move adjacent to no. Doesn't seem to be anything additional if they fail on morale check. No. Okay, so we have a second disorder table. I wonder if I can bring up one. I don't know if they're exactly the same. No, not that. One of those. Right. We've got here the second disorder table. No. No, that's silly, isn't it? These fire tables are from South Mountain. I do need to at some point bring in the proper ones for this. The actual fire tables are slightly different, so I couldn't really show what's going on there. However, okay, so we have fire table. If it fails at second disorder, lose 1 SP, then retreat 1 to 2 hexes. Well, that's him taken out of action because he's only got 1 SP left. So he has been eliminated. Where do we put him? Takes his second hit. So we might as well get rid of that. And I'll put him onto the Union table, loss table. Okay, I don't think it'll count for anything because he's a detachment. So he's been taken out of one of the Union units, either this one or this one. So, but anyway, so this guy has fired. So I'm going to mark him as moved to remind me that he can't actually now move. But this one can. So that is 1.5. And he's going to make it, let's change his facing there. Yep, wrong way. Okay, so that is another 1.5. Let's go to there. Another 1.5 to there. So that's 3, but he's not crossing. Or is he crossing a gully there? He is. 3. Crossing the stream, 4. Crossing the gully, 5. But he can move to there. That's open, 6. Hmm. Okay. 1.5, 3. 4.5, gully, 5.5. That's him done. 1.5, 3. Stream, 4. 5. Changes facing. 1.5, 3. 4.5, 5.5. 1.5, 3. 4.5, 5.5, 6.5. He hasn't got enough. That gully and the stream combo, bloody expensive. Okay. And this unit here. Now, if he enters that hex, that's a marsh hex. That's 3 movement points. And he has to take a UDD. Well, 3 and a UDD. Roll 6, he's okay. Then 1 for the stream is 4, and then into the 5.5 to there. Okay. We'll keep wood there. That leaves his artillery, which is here. I'm going to try and cross it. Stream's only +2, but it's 3 for this woods. Meanwhile, if we use the trail, it'll be quicker. So, wrong key. One and a half. 3, 4.5, 6, 7.5 to there. Okay, I think that's all woods. Oh, there's some cavalry here. We don't have any. I'm not quite sure what cavalry's supposed to do in this scenario or this battle, because they can't dismount, but they're armed with muskets. Not sure. There's not really much terrain to do a charge, is there? To be perfectly honest. But 2, 4, 6, 8, protect the flank. And that's his second activation. So let's delete that. What I did forget to do, I presume most of you were screaming at me, that unit, when he was fired at, did have the option to return fire. So I do need to do that. Just tweaked on it now. The detachment was armed with muskets at 2 hex range is -1. It's a detachment firing is a -1, -2. He was disordered, that's -3. And he was firing through a wood hex, -4, and the guard targets in the woods, -5. So I'm not holding much hope. Rolls of 4. There's only 1 increment, so that's no effect. But yeah, I need to do it. Okay. And Hindman himself because he needs to keep Schaefer in command as well. And he needs a second activation marker on it. He's only got a command range of 5. 1.5, 3. Is it 1.5 for leaders? Woods. It is 1.5. So it's 1.5, 3. 4.5. They've got 10. 6. Plus 1 stream 7. So he's fine there. Keeping this all under command control is going to be a little tricky. Right. That's all of them done. Now moving over to Claiborne's. And yes, this is where we're going to start. We need to get through this terrain here. But we don't want to expose too much of our flank to Hildebrands. And that's actually a good point. Ooh, let me just check something. Oh, P. No, we're okay. All right, there's a special thing called Rules for Union Brigade Missions, but they only apply for McLaren's, Race, Hulbert's, and Wallace's brigades. Okay, so we're all right then. 3-5 division. I'll just double check that. So Hildebrand's move was legit. Okay, and then if any of those units activate, I will then check that there's a special thing that they go and defend certain things to represent the confusion that's going on behind the Union lines. Okay, so that brings us back to Claiborne again. Right, what are we going to do with Mr. Claiborne? As I say, we want to advance, but we've also got to protect our flank until Withers gets to this area here. And these are marsh exiles. So I'm formed to form up on this line here. Remember, we're still under attack order, advance order, sorry. So that's 3 and a disorder check. Because Marsh, they're all an 8, so they disorder. So let's flip him. I mean, he's got 5 movement. He tossed him 3. He hasn't got enough movement to get there. 1.5, 4.5. Oh, no, go back. It said, well, yes, it was a special thing. Okay, when you leave the marsh. So let's just take that back. Okay, so you went into there. Let's just flip him. I know he's failed, and I'll still kill the failure, but that still keep the failure. So it was 3, then 1.5 to cross to there. 4.5 plus 1 for the streams, 5. Then he does his check, and that's where he failed. Right. Probably the easiest is there. So that's 3, 4.5, 5.5. Now do his check. And he bloody rolls an 8 and all. Shocking. Okay. This guy, we're going to have to attempt to actually recover from disorder. Because if he goes into that and takes the second case disorder, that's not so good. Or, yeah, let's do that first, actually. Or, that's a free facing change. 1.5, 3. Alt. Yeah, I'm still having problems with Alt keys and Control keys. Okay. Which, when you play the face-to-face game, you don't have to worry about. So that's 3 to there. He's only got 5, so he can't actually enter the marsh. But he's ready to. Okay. 1.5, 4.5 to go from there to there. He's only got 1.5 movement, and it costs 1 for the street. Yes, he hasn't got enough. So he hasn't taken his check. 3, 4.5, 5.5. His check. That's a 6. He's okay. And we're going to have his facing change there. Looking at all those Union troops that are massing on the, I suppose, northern bank of the Shiloh branch. But okay. Now, Claiborne is stacked with loads of guns and an infantry unit. So he goes 1.5. Traffic jams. 4.5. Doesn't have to do his check until he leaves. Yeah, check for disorder when leaving marsh. That's one F1000, yeah. Marsh and stream hexes. If failing, see rules for marsh stream. Battle book 9.44. Okay. I better see what that rule says. Alt P. No additional real effect there. So removing the guns. 3. Can they stack with a different brigade? Well, we know that's all 3 into there. Can they go into that hex there? Can't see anything in the rules that stops that occurring, but if there is, let me know. And it's got to then, so that's how far they moved. 3. So they enter the hex and they go behind. So that's 6, and they've got to face the same way. Put that back. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to go into, can't go into our hexes. 1.5. 3. Where's the rest of those guns? Yeah, that would overstack. We've got to have 6 steps with an infantry unit, so that's as far as it goes. Claiborne himself. I think we need to, but I think he has to check for disorder. We'll put him there. Delete the A1 and give him A2. That is his second activation. And there he goes. Give him his advanced marker. All right, it's a little bit messy, but you know, we're crossing really horrible terrain. But we're now getting encroaching on the flank of Peabody's brigade. Okay. All right. Hardy, the corps commander can't move. We've moved Hindman. Nothing else there. No. Oh, wait a minute. These guys. Right, yeah, sorry, they've got to move. 1, 1.5. 1. 1, 2. +1 for the stream. 3, 4, 5. Now that's it. 6.5. 7.5. 8. Yeah, they're all part of Claiborne's, so they probably were out of command, or going to be out of command next time. Very difficult to keep everything in, but that's them done.
Okay.
Alec, she's got to put a 2p worth in. Right, I'm going to end the video there. So let's bring that back to the top. Oh, before we do that, we need to draw the next chit, don't we? All right, so Hindman's CSA-OBA. Oh, where is it? There it is. So, wouldn't do that. Okay, so That's Hindman's second. Yep. We draw the next chit, and it's ooh. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. Okay. We'll have to wait for that next time. Okay. It's what I really wanted for the Confederates. Now they're going to be able to move forward and start to engage. But that'll be in the next video. Will they get their order changes to go into attack? Yeah. Do I activate all of them? I've got those kind of decisions to make. And you've got to wait till the next episode to see. Finally, we're going to get some action. Other than just slogging through those woods and now marsh and so forth. So, yeah, looking good. And it'll be Hindman's third activation, which they won't accrue fatigue for. Normally they would. So, yeah. If they do go into shock, then they will accumulate fatigue via that method. But swings and roundabouts on that, they've got that little bit of impetus. They've got to get those detachments out of the way, and then they can engage Peabody's main command. All right. Anyway, well, thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying it. And if you could do a like and subscribe, much appreciated. And again, comments. And again, if I'm making some obvious mistakes, or not so obvious, if you're a real expert in this system, let me know in the comments. That would be much appreciated too. But until next time, play games, have fun. Bye.